Well, the thing that creates high expectations in the classroom is relevancy. It's when you introduce new concepts and you break those concepts down in such a way that students feel motivated, they feel inspired, they feel challenged to be able to reach and achieve those expectations. It's no more than what we do when we put a baseball or football or basketball in the kids' hands and encourage those kids to get the ball into the hoop, to get the ball across the goal, or to connect the ball to a bat. But there's lots of encouragement in multiple forms and formats. But the overarching piece is high expectations. So I expect that ball to connect with that wood bat. I expect the ball eventually, with some practice and other things, to go through the hoop. I expect that oval-shaped ball at some point to be in your arms as you go across that goal line. So the expectations are there through words of encouragement, through body language, through inspirational notions of what you were able to do as you were able to bounce the ball with one hand and look down the court with the other hand. So it's developing certain skills that are scaffold and providing the inspiration and motivation, taking experiences out of that child's life to help them relate to being able to practice. For example, if you're an older teenager, you don't have to say very much about practicing or reading your driver's education book. There's tremendous motivation for that teenager to get their driver's license, and you just need to provide just a little bit of direction and a little bit of support and encouragement, and they take off. Likewise, in terms of things that they enjoy with sports, they're in broad environment. We'll see baseball players, football players, basketball players that may want to be one, but you can use those experiences for math lessons in terms of counting. You can use the sports in terms of the round ball, the oval shape, the running in angles to do mathematics. There are multiple ways to motivate and inspire a youngster. But I think the overarching piece is to continue to support that youngster with the notion, I know you can connect that ball with that wood bat. Wood stick, we used to call it in the neighborhood. We didn't call it a bat. We used to have a stick ball. I know you can throw this thing called a football down the field. Or I know you can get this round ball in this basket, because sometimes we didn't have the nice rim. We had a basket that you shot the basketball, and that basket was attached to a tree in our neighborhood. But there was this notion of high expectations, that these things you could do even when you were a child and you could hardly get the ball up through the hoop or could barely throw it. You were just constantly bombarded with encouragements about, I know you can do this. And that carries with you from a very small and a very young age all the way through adulthood. And I think that helped me and many of my classmates that I grew up with, was that constant encouragement, despite the fact that we had a ball and a stick, we had a basketball and a basket on a tree, that we had a football that was about as ragged as it could be. So even without the very best of resources when we were growing up, we understood the fundamentals of the sport. We were encouraged, and at a much later age, you learn to caddy. Although it also causes nightmares about playing golf today, chasing a little white ball up and down the field. But on a serious note, the notion of high expectations is really through being relevant, being inspirational, being motivational, and sharing those experiences with those youngsters as they are growing up really created the kind of environment, I think, that yielded high expectations as you went through the 12 years of school.